In the fabrication of crowns, bridges, veneers, and onlays, pressable ceramics has become established worldwide as a straightforward technique that can be mastered by any dental technician. The procedure begins with waxing up the patterns. Instructions for contouring and the wall thickness should be adhered to precisely when waxing up. It is also important that the press sprues are thick enough. The length of the press sprues should be approximately 1.5 centimeters. One HeraPress pellet is adequate for frameworks that weigh up to a maximum of 0.6 grams. 2 HeraPress pellets are required for frameworks with a wax weight of more than 0.6 grams. The wax crown copings are waxed onto the crucible former of the silicone press molding ring. The dimensions of the silicone mold ring ensure that the crown copings are automatically placed exactly in the heat center of the press mold. The patterns are then invested. The insides of the crowns are filled manually with investment to avoid air bubbles. The mold is then completely filled. Finally, the ring leveler is placed in position. The investment takes about 60 minutes to set. The ring leveler is removed. The mold and plunger are preheated in the preheat furnace to 850 degrees Celsius. The hold time for the 100-gram mold is 30 minutes. The pellets and plunger are placed into the hot mold. The press furnace has reached the start temperature of 700 degrees centigrade. The loaded mold is placed in the furnace. The melt and press temperature is set at 1030 degrees centigrade. The heating and pressing procedure starts automatically within 30 minutes. When the press cycle is complete, the press mold is automatically lowered. The hot mold is placed on the mesh tray. It is left on the tray to cool to room temperature. For divesting, the position of the press framework is marked on the mold using a plunger as a guide. The mold can now be separated along this line. Even with the line as a guide, care should be taken when separating to ensure the press framework is not damaged. The investment is sandblasted from the press framework using 200 micrometer grit size aluminum oxide. Care should be taken when sandblasting to ensure that the press framework is not damaged. Manual sandblasting is shown briefly here. Adequate water cooling should be used when trimming off the ends of the press sprues to draw off localized frictional heat buildup and distribute it over a large area. Without cooling, it is virtually impossible to avoid cracks in the ceramic. Fit checker is used for detecting any high spots. Generally, little adjustment is required. And here are the finished crown copings on the model.